Perfect timing. All right, welcome and thanks for joining me today. Brandon Northwick here on another Win and Ad Wednesday. And today we're going to get into something that is going to be a little bit of a shift than what we're used to. We're going to actually dive into our own account and we're going to share with you a new launch process that we've been, really tailoring to make sure that the VPC process and method can stay at its finest. Now, we're not too strong to say or too bold or proud to say that something sometimes needs to change, right? As a business owners, entrepreneurs, we're always looking to evolve and get better. And so over the last couple, I'd say, maybe months, few weeks at least, we've been really seeing some trends. And these trends and these new, this new data that we've been able to analyze has gotten us to shift the way that we are presenting and creating the VPC method. There's not a difference. It's not like we're completely, pivoting. What today's Winning Ad Wednesday is going to be about is sharing with you the actual breakdown of how we create a launch before a campaign, how we turn that campaign. In our case, we sell, information products, services, and a platform, a training platform such as the Academy. And so what we have to do is we have to figure out how to turn these on an evergreen status. Meaning if we have somebody that's coming in today to view us for the first time, how can we set them up so that we don't have to set up a launch every 90 days, right? It's very consuming. It's very time consuming and taxing to have to do these separate launches over and over and over again. And I'm not against launches, right? Me personally, I'm not against launches at all. I'm just a big evergreen kind of guy. I like to make it to where I don't have to really depend on the 90-day mark or the 6-month mark or the one launch a year to drive the business. There's a lot of pressure on launches. And in order to avoid that, you just turn it into an evergreen cycle. Now, it doesn't matter if you're selling info products or physical products, some type of professional services. It doesn't matter about that right now because I'm going to share with you how we link this up into our business and how you could do the same for yours following the launch formula. Now, this process, like I said, is only a slight variation of the original VPC method. I guess we can call this VPC method 2.0, right? And what we're doing here is if we were to break down everything on a grand scale from the VPC method, we'd be looking at value pitch close, bringing people in through a brand awareness campaign, getting them to convert into a lead generation funnel, and then getting those into a sales cycle. We're gonna flip and reverse the first two processes, meaning the first and the second step. Instead of us going out and casting a big net and then bringing that filter in through a lead gen pipeline and then selling to them on the back end, what we're going to do is we're going to actually cast a wide net for our lead gen and then build a brand with those people, siphoning them into the sales sequence. So hopefully that makes sense. Now, the reason behind this, okay, to be full transparency, is that we are getting lower cost for leads, right? Sales were doing great, right? The sales aspect of things, generating the meetings and actually selling Academy spots, right? That was doing well when we were running the sales, but generating leads, we were getting a lower cost. And not just us, this was for folks that are our clients and folks that I talk with, other people in the industry. And the cost per lead for cold traffic was actually lower than the cost per lead to warm traffic. So what did that tell me? That told me that the brand awareness, the things that we were putting in front of people, that whole process, they were basically just as disinterested, I guess you could say, or just as interested, depending on what side of the fence you fall on, as your warm market, right? They were actually more interested than disinterested than your warm market. And so when we saw this, it wasn't just after one campaign, after one ad, after one client, after one offer. This went on for quite some time, like I said, about 6 weeks, 8 weeks. And we started to see that, hold on, there's something that isn't right here. Why are we paying just as much, if not more, for a lead from cold traffic as we are from warm traffic? And so we started to switch that up. And now what we want to walk you through today is I'm going to share with you how you could set up your lead gen, how you can blanket your entire market, right? We set up, I think it was close to just 30 ads. Okay. So walk you through how we set those up, how we're generating cost per lead right now at an incredible number, and how we're using that information now to filter them into the sales cycle. We're going to go into today what the branding campaign looks like, the videos that encompass that, as well as what we're going to do with the retargeting for the sales. This way, you're going to walk away with a full understanding of how we're maneuvering people through the process, okay? So that's what I want to make sure that we are all on the same page for today. So let's get, right into it. Let's not waste any more time. I'm going to go ahead and share with you my ads account. And on my ads account, you're going to get to see exactly how we started making this happen. Actually, you know what? I will start with the overview first. So let me actually bring up the overview. Okay. We're going to go into, if this is too small, we can go into more detail for you. Looks like everybody is saying that it's okay. So right now, if this is too small for you, I'll try and see if I can make it a little bit bigger, maybe a little bit bigger. Okay. This is the 30,000 foot view. We're talking about from traffic to sale. Okay. This is going to take a few different types of videos, images, landing, lead magnets, and a couple of different pages built out inside of your funnel. Not a complex funnel, but it is very powerful. Okay, it's very dynamic. And what we want to do is focus on bringing people in from cold traffic from Facebook, right? Get them to land on your landing pages. Now, why I have LM1 through LM4 is those are your magnets. Okay, we want to have multiple lead magnets into the same type of demographics. So I'm going to go into details about what that means and what that looks like in our account in just a second. Secondly, we want to take them to a sales page, which is, I guess you could say, a pre-sales page, sales page type deal. And it's going to be thanking them, of course, going to be acknowledging the fact that they just opted in for whatever giveaway that they just opted in for. And then we're going to send them a video, or it's going to be a video that's going to have you breaking down this formula underneath. The video breakdown is a 9-step breakdown. If you follow this breakdown, you're going to be able to create this video helping sell your offer. And the video breakdown is going to be position, your magnet, right? So you're going to position yourself. How is it that your company wants to position yourself? What is your message, right? Who are you standing for and what are you standing against? What's your magnet? What are you going to pull them in with, right? What's the hook? What's going to get them to stay and listen? What's going to be the reason why it becomes compelling? The hero is going to be you introducing your product or your service as the hero of what it is that they're looking for. The discover part is going to be how you were able to discover that market or that you needed it and so did everybody else. So it's the discovery part of your product or service. Then we have the benefit, the invitation to come and check it out, the summary of everything that you went over today, and then the call to action on what they need to do next. Now, what's cool about this, after they opt in from whatever giveaway they opted in from, and they then trigger this pixel on this sales page, we're then going to create a sequence. And the sequence is now going to be a funnel within a funnel. Everything here so far is done within your CRM and your landing pages here because this is going to then trigger some back-end sequences and all that good stuff. But now look at this cool stuff. You're going to be able to then take the next step. So the next step is going to be after they land on this thank you /sales page, we're going to have a timer on that page. This sales page here is going to be what goes into the email follow-ups over the next 3 days. We're going to be sending them back to this sales page, okay, with the same timer, okay, and reintroducing it to them saying, hey, look, we only have this much time left. Hey, we're gonna follow basically this retargeting sequence in your emails, okay? So you're gonna take them from opting in, seeing sales page, getting delivered email sequence that's going to then sell them on this offer. And then we're going to get into the retargeting. And the first retargeting ad campaign they see is going to be your brand awareness. So you can see we've gone from lead gen to brand awareness. We're going to bring them in from cold traffic, get their interest, get them to raise their hand. And then now we're going to go, you know what? Because you showed interest in this, hey, you know what? I'm the person for you. My company's the person for you. And so we go into the big idea. Now, I don't want this to be confusing for you. I wanted to paint out everything and every element that's going to need to be in place for this to be most efficient. And you're going to see that this here is a page that you're hosting on, this could be a sales page that you're hosting inside Kartra. So you would make maybe a different page or inside ClickFunnels or whatever it is, or WordPress. But this is going to be its own page. And this page is going to have one video embedded on it. And that video is going to be a video about the big idea. Okay. Now these pages are not going to have any timers on them because we're driving them to an order form, and that order form is going to have a timer on it. So what we're saying here is we're going to drive traffic from now Facebook to this page here that's going to host a video sharing your big idea. Okay. Once this video gets watched, okay, because this video now has a pixel on it, we create a custom conversion for it, a custom event. That custom conversion event now triggers video 2. Once this pixel fires, it's going to find them now on the news feed, and it's going to show them video number 2. Okay? When we have video 2 now set up, same way as video 1, inside of your web builder, and it's going to be now no timer, and it's going to have your big idea in practice. This is now going to be a breakdown of really your big idea, but now how does it work? How does it work for other people? Can you demonstrate it? What's the best way for other people to see what you do being done? And then when that pixel gets fired, it's going to take you to now the third video, or them to the third video. This third video is going to take them to a page where it's going to have a no timer, and now the sales copy is going to be mentioning about the offer coming up. Every one of these videos, okay, the call to action at the end is just going to be, hey, so if you liked everything that I shared, or if you are interested in learning more about me, go ahead and like this below, share it, comment on it, leave your name below and introduce yourself. I'd love to be able to start up a conversation with you. I'd love to get to know you more. Something like that, followed with, and keep your eye out for the next video. In this case, from the big idea, you would say, hey, keep your eye out for the next video that you're going to see from me too. It's going to share with you more about how my philosophy or my methodology or my technique or my tactic is helping other people get solid results too. See you there. And then the next video that they see from you, guess what it is? It's of your big idea being in practice. And then what we'd have is the final one would be the sales copy. Would be the case studies. And now this sales copy is going to be a very basic, hey, here's what Johnny did with this, and here's how much time he had to do it in, and here were the results, and basic case study formula. And the video now is just going to be a, hey, check out below so that you could check out, so you can see the most recent case studies that my company has been able to do, or that we've been able to accomplish, or we've been helping people achieve, however it is. And so we're driving traffic now after they became a lead to this video sequence. Each video is going to be deployed at its own time based upon when the previous pixel was fired. Then the final video is going to be you selling, or somebody in your company selling the actual offer. So this will be a video on your offer form where it's saying, hey, this is what the goods are. Here's what I got. Here's what it'll do for you. And here's what I want you to do next. Add this to your cart. We're going to have a 3-day delay timer on this page. Now, the reason why is because we're going to drive people back to this page, okay? We're going to drive people back to this page because this sales page is different than this sales page here. You can see this sales page has an acknowledgement, and this sales page has a 3-day timer. Well, this 3-day timer is not going to have the same bonuses available as what's on this offer. So imagine, this is the process that we're doing here. We want to shrink the sales process. So what we're doing is we're going to bring them in as a lead, giving them something of value in advance, some results in advance. Then we're going to present them with an offer on the next page. This offer could be for another webinar, so provide more value. It could be an offer for a consultation, which might not be the best idea right out the gate. It could be for, let's say, another video sequence. It could be for a purchase. It could be for membership. It could be for whatever it is that you're looking for. We want to have this timer, though, so that when somebody lands on this page and the next videos get triggered, that if they see these, or they will see these ads over the next 3 days, that this timer from this sales page here matches the timer when they click through the ads here. That's what we're looking for. Because what we want is at the end of this time to say, okay, if they know they have 3 days, then this 3 days is going to get them to really understand there's some urgency here. What we're going to do, though, is we're basically going to give them an additional 3 days. Okay, we're going to say 3 days because we're still telling the truth. We're saying 3 days for this specific bribe here. This bribe is going to go back to, guess what? The emails as well. So you're going to have people who are opting in and that are leads coming back to this page, as well as people who are opting in immediately after getting to this page. Then when somebody actually gets to that page and doesn't purchase, they're going to see the emails coming through offering bribe A, and then they're going to get each video here individually offering bribe B. But they're not actually offering it. It's setting them up for this offer. So in our eyes, we've opened up the cart for 3 days. We've let these videos run for 3 days. And if they don't purchase, they're going to get introduced to offer number 2. During this phase now, we're going to send them up with the retargeting ads. So we actually create, what's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different ads plus the lead ads. So you're looking at 8 different ads right out the gate. 3 of them are going to be for the retargeting after they hit offer number 2, and 3 of them are going to be for the retargeting after they hit offer number 1. So you can see how it becomes very technical, and the build out now might be a little bit overwhelming, and we want to paint this out. If we created this step by step, so imagine phase 1 now is going to be lead gen. Okay, that's where the value's coming in, is in your lead generation. Then we get to the pitch where you're going to start pitching your company and your product through a brand awareness campaign. And then we're going to get to the sales, which is going to be you directly selling them on your offer and then retargeting them with reminders and different options for reduced prices and last chance opportunities. So you're going to see that the way we structure these retargeting ads is after they reach offer number 2, they're going to then be retargeted with this set of ads, which is going to say, hey, are you still interested in the Do Whatever It Takes Academy? Did you know that we have a free trial? Or did you know that we have separate modules? Did you know that you can purchase the Academy without X, Y, and Z? Whatever it is, right? So reduced option. And then last chance, basically saying, hey, look, we know that this delay timer is on 3 days. So what we do with this last chance ad is we say, hey, you know what? I don't know how much time you have left, but I know it's less than 72 hours from now before this whole thing closes for these bonuses at this price. Make sure you check it out right now and sign on today before the price increases and this offer's gone forever, right? So we're still using some scarcity. We're still using some I guess fear of missing out, I guess you could say. But the most important part of this is that they've already been introduced to you as a lead. They've already given you information, right? Then they've already watched they've already landed on certain pages, and then they've watched certain videos, and they've landed on certain pages. You can see how now by having a lowered email open rate, which is what's happening across the board, I'm sure you've seen it, we can now prevent or protect ourselves, I guess you could say be better. We can protect ourselves as business owners. And we know now that if somebody gives us a fake email, it does not matter, because after they opt in, they triggered a page which has a pixel on it. And that pixel now triggers a series of ads. Each of those ads triggers a series of subsequent ads. And if anybody purchased throughout the time, they're not going to be added into any of these following buckets because we have what's called exclusions. So now that we have the breakdown, okay, we have the whole 30,000 foot breakdown of how we want to use the VPC method now to launch your campaigns. This is going to be the best way for you to introduce yourself to a new market, bring in cold traffic, build up that solid brand equity inside that new market, and then retarget to them with direct sale campaigns after they've shown interest by landing on specific pages. So this is a good breakdown for you. I'm going to go ahead and leave this for you inside the group as well. That way you guys can take a look at it. And the way that I always do this is I always break it down, and I build it out step by step. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create the videos first for all of this. I'm going to create the retargeting videos, knowing where everything's at. I'm going to recreate the brand videos. I'm going to create the offer. I'm going to create the back-end sales sequence. I'm going to create the pages. I'm going to create the giveaways. And then I'm going to go ahead and create the ads. So you can see I'm starting from the back forward. I'm doing this just block by block by block by block. Okay, now it might take you, I know that I built this out personally myself, okay, because I wanted to see how long it was going to take. Took 4 days, okay, 4 days for everything to be built out, completed, and everything. And this was not an all-day project. You're talking about a total of possibly 8 to 10 hours, okay? Well, actually, no, I take it back. It was probably closer to 4 hours, about 5 hours. So it was probably closer to 25 hours, probably closer to 25-hour build-out. But this included everything and me doing it all by myself, right? So if you look at this, start from the end in mind and then get yourself to the front, it'll be a very fluid, seamless process for you to get everything done. Now let's take a look at what it looks like. Okay, so now we're inside of my ads account. Let me make sure that this is a little bit bigger. Okay, let me make sure this is a little bit bigger. Okay, we're looking at, that's a lot bigger. Okay, so now that we have the three, you can see the 3 phases, right? Lead gen, branding, and sales. You can see that we just launched this on the 17th. Okay, we just launched on the 17th of last week, 5 days ago, not even 5 days ago, a full 5. And we're looking at 100 leads that have been accumulated. Now, if we look at just hovering over this, pretty cool stuff, right? Because there's been 15 website checkouts initiated. Now, in order for a checkout to be initiated, that means that there has to be a step, they have to take an actual next step. So they become a lead, they see the sales page, and then they click to go view the order form. Once they view the order form, the website checkout pixel has been initiated. or has been fired. So now we know that we have a 15% lead to order form conversion or ratio, meaning that we have 15% of the people that opt in to actually make it to the order form stage. Now that's a really good number to have, right? That's a really good number. 15% of cold traffic making it straight to that order form. Now what we're doing here is we have different offers that we're going to be presenting to those 15 people now, which will give us the opportunity to see exactly what works best. We know that just by and I'll be honest with you, out of the 100 leads so far, nobody's purchased out of the gate, right? We have a $37 trial into the academy being presented right now, and nobody's purchased yet, right? Now, a lot of folks, when they get to this point, they're like, well, Brandon, I don't understand. How is this? Like, why are you excited? Well, number one, I'm excited because look at our cost per lead right now. This is $3.93 to cold traffic. And when I show you the 3 different giveaways that we have inside phase 1, and the 9 different ad sets that we have and how some of these ad sets are performing at sub $1.50 right now per lead, it is incredible to see because our lead costs right now are so good that all we have to do is find the offer behind it to make it work. So I get excited because number one, I have an opportunity now to market to 100 people on the back end. I have now a new opportunity to, as you see in phase 2, move them into the branding phase, right? So now we have them going into phase number 2, right? So let me refresh this real quick. So we're seeing that not a lot of, no money's even spent right here, right? No money's being spent and we're getting put back into, you can see the frequency is already at 184. So what this means is that this has reached 25 people that have been retargeted of the 100 leads. And of those 25 people, they've been seeing my ads about 1.8 times already because it's, again, we just started to build this up, but we're generating 20 to 30 leads, sometimes 40 leads a day. So if we now have a time bank, go to figure that once they opt in here, they've got 3, I think it's, we have 10 days. That's what it is. We have 10 days of them seeing branding. Then they have 3 days from the time they get from the branding sequence to the time they get to that order form for offer 2, 3 days after they get to offer 2 for that phase 3 now to kick in. So they have 10 days. I have 10 days basically to get their attention from branding and to push them through a funnel process that's going to get them to view offer number 2. If they don't view offer number 2, they're going to go back into my cold traffic bucket. If they do go into if they do visit offer number 2, they're going to go into phase number 3 bucket. Okay, so this is going to allow us now to be more in control of the sales process. And so if we look at how we break down, how did we create now this phase 1? Well, phase 1, you could see here, we knew what our market was because we've done a lot of testing. We have done a lot of testing. And over the last 3.5 years, we know where our markets are. We know what 3 or 4 basic demographic, where our big, when we want to run something and we can get great results, we know where that is for us, right? So what we did is I've been running about $100 a day. I think it's like $90 a day between all these. You can see these are only $10 a day, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, right? Now I have 9 ad sets. So you figure over over 5 days, $400 being invested into just this specific campaign. Okay, now this is just for leads. Now let's break down the lead cost right now. We see that our cost per result is $7.75, $3.54, down to $2, right? $1.94, up to what? $19. Look at that, $19. Now I turn this one off because of the fact that it's not reaching our magic number, right? We know we have these rules in place. Remember, if you haven't gone through this, go back through the Facebook marketing module and how to read the data, because we've got to get you on a magic number. Your one number that's going to be able to lead to a positive and profitable campaign. And if these numbers aren't reaching that number, then we have to kill it. So you can see that, look, $6.45, $13, and $19. I killed off those 3. Now, what's going to happen next is I'm going to kill off this one today, right? The startups method right here. Yeah, $7.75 a lead, too high. $5.16, too high. We're looking at anything over $4. So mind you, I launched 9 different ad sets, okay? And now let's look at how many ads, because out of the ad sets, we only have, how many of them? 1, 2, 3, 4. We only have 4. So 4 out of 9 ad sets actually worked, right? And the reason why we say different ad sets, these are actually only 3 ad sets, but it's different giveaways. You can see we have the VPC method, a productivity planner, and a case study. And so if we look here and we see that, okay, well, the best one right here is the case study. So that one makes the mark. This one is the productivity planner. That one makes the mark. And this one's the productivity planner. So you can see the VPC method giveaway didn't even hit the mark with these 3 power interests. And of the case study, only 1 out of the 3, which would be the, the influencers, right? So this is good news to have. Now let's take a look at the actual ads, right? Let's take a look at the ads that are active right now and get to see exactly, let's look at all of them actually. So we could see which ones out of the, 27, I think, 27 ads that we have, how many of these specifically would have made the mark? We know that we have 29, right? Or 27. So we have 1, this is above $4. So, I mean, we would not let this one ride. This one would not make it. If we'd still actually let it, it'd be in a yellow part right now where you can make the decision on tweaking it or bailing on it, but it's not really hitting the mark. It's gotta be sub $4. So then we have how many at sub 4? We have 1, 2, let's take a look. 3, 4, 5, 6, nope, 5, still at 5. 5. Look, 5 out of 27. 5 out of 27 ads are the only ones that made the cut. So we're always sharing with you. Look at that. That's like what? 1 out of 20%, right? I mean, you're looking at only a percentage of these that are going to gain. Now, again, we could keep these on. $5.75 a lead is not bad. $4.07, not bad, right? We can get that down some. But when you're looking at your magic metric and you're hitting things as high as, look at some of these. I mean, some of these are as high as $17 per lead, $16 per lead. Not going to work, not going to cut it. So we cut those things off, right? And you can see that they're not delivering right now because we already found it. So when we have now this coming in, you can see we'll check out the next one as well. You can see here that, look, 100 leads in, 4 days, right? 100 leads in 4 days. Not too bad. Not too bad when you're thinking about what can you do if you want to get results for a client or you got to get results real fast for yourself. 100 leads in in over a weekend, basically. And now we have the ability to remarket, retarget, and to show new offers and build a trustful relationship with those who have given us their time and their information. So let's take a look at the branding. We know that inside the lead gen, we're going to break down into multiple ad sets and then multiple ads within that ad set. We're going to do the same thing for branding. The only difference is we're going to make a different type of campaign. If you see here, this is a leads campaign, okay? So this is a specific custom campaign. This is a click campaign. This is a traffic campaign. And this is a little ninja trick for you because a lot of the times we'd always do conversion campaigns for every step of the way. Well, when it comes to the retargeting side of things, you actually get a lower CPM and you get a lower cost per click to people who are already a lead. So the reason why this makes sense and the reason why this works is because what we'd found out was that we were still, paying a lot more for each click on the back end, and the conversions weren't really much of a difference from click campaigns versus conversion campaigns to a retargeting audience. So when we have now the ability to set up the retargeting campaign to go out immediately after somebody becomes a lead, now we want to use a click campaign. All right. So this phase 2 is going to be a click campaign, not a conversion campaign. And the reason why, again, is because we're going to get a lower cost per click from people who are already proven to be leads. See how cool that is? Cut the costs. Then what we want to do is phase 3 is going to be the same thing. Phase 3 is going to be a link click campaign as well, a traffic campaign as well. And again, for the same reasons. So let's take a look at the branding. You're going to see that when we set this up, you're going to see that we have it sent to all leads. Okay, so every lead that we have coming in is coming through and going to be put through to this sequence. Now, this one I'm going through an appeal about. I don't know why this would not get approved. And then the other one's going to be a testimonial. So you're going to see that during our brand awareness here, where'd it go? During our brand awareness here, during these 3 videos, we want to have testimonies, which we have, the big idea in practice, and the big idea. You can see that some of my ads did not get approved for whatever reason. And if you're going through this right now, I need you to just drop an elbow on Facebook because what's happening is they keep denying things. They'll approve one ad and they'll deny another, and it has the same exact ad copy going to the exact same interest. The only difference is like the image. So if that happens, just appeal and appeal and appeal and appeal. I think we've had over 15 ads turned over. Basically, we won the appeal and got them to turn on in the last, I'd say, 4 or 5 days, right? Pretty cool stuff. So if you get it to be where it's not approved, do not worry about it. Don't feel like you're not doing something right. If you know it's compliant, then just appeal it, write them a very nice letter in the appeal. And you're going to say something like, I always start off with, hello, thank you for reviewing my appeal. That's how I start off every one of them. Hello, thank you for reviewing my appeal. I got notified that it was against ad policy, and here's why. I assure you that when you review when you manually review, or you review again, when you review the ad again, that you're going to see that it does not violate any policies. I'm always eager to stay compliant with policies and regulations. Looking forward to, or I appreciate the review. Respectfully, Brandon Northwick, right? That's how I do pretty much 100% of my appeals. And we have a very nice turnover ratio from that. So make sure you do that. And that's what I want to let you know here is that we have the ads here. Those ads are going to form this section. Now, if we let's go to the campaigns real quick. And we're going to see that now in the sales portion. Okay, so now the sales, you're going to see a lot more ads. You're going to see this is when they visited the order form. Now I have this set up as a custom conversion. Okay, so I do have the custom conversion set up to where if somebody lands on that specific order form from the second offer, that they're going to be taken to this ad campaign. So this ad campaign here, you're going to see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 different ads here. And they're all talking about different, we have, we have last chance. This should be the last chance one. So this is the, are you still interested? So if we look at, again, here, right, we have, hey, still interested in blank. And then we have the reduced options, which I think are here. Nope, maybe it's here. Nope, maybe it's this one. Here we go. So this one right here is we created a semi-portal. So something cool to think about is that as you're creating these products, as you're creating these advertisements, we got to be able to have what we call, let me bring this up again. It's called the reduced option, right? We have a reduced option. Think like from gold to silver. So if you're promoting, if your forward-facing product is gold, let's just say, a package of $1,000, what we want to do is reduce that package, and we can either say one of two things. This is where that reduced option might say, hey, did you know that we take 3 payment plans? So instead of paying the $997, we opened up a payment plan for you of 3 payments of, $349. Instead of paying the full $1,000 today, spread that over the next 90 days, right? Something really cool. That's a reduced option. Another reduced option is what we did. We have access to the academy, but we also created a limited access portal where it has only a few of the actual lessons inside, right? And it allows you now to create your account without giving any credit card information. But what it does require you to do is put in your name, email, and phone number. So what we're doing here is we're saying, look, hey, I'll sacrifice you not giving me your credit card information if you'll sacrifice parting with your phone number. If that's the case, then we can actually follow up and close them on the academy after they've given us a little bit more of a try. So again, this is now ad number 2. And then you have ad number 3, which is last chance. And that's where we have these ones coming in where it's saying, hey, doors are closing, last chance is the headline. You can see that this video is 58 seconds and it has my son in it, right? So it's very natural. And it's just sharing with them, hey, look, you need to go and check this out if you've been thinking about it, and here's why. Okay, so very simple to do. And I wanted to break down this for you so that you got to see that even if we talk about having 3 ads here, right? We only talk about saying the retargeting ads are 3. You can see I have 6 because I did 2 variations of each of these ads. So I have 2 are you still interested, 2 reduced options, and 2 last chance ads. So you can do more than just what's here, but this is the structure that you want to follow. Remember, if you start from the end in mind and you start to create, what is your core service or product that you're selling? What is it that you created? What is it that's yours, that you're offering to the market, right? Then you have to create the offer to sell that product or service. And then we got to create the follow-up, meaning the back-end experience. Is it going to be selling mechanisms through surveys? Is it going to be through webinars? Is it going to be through live interaction? Is it going to be through flash sales, through opening and shutting carts, through product launches? How do we want to sell them on the back end? Then we have to identify what do we want to put here inside of all of these spots, meaning how do we want to message the last chance? How do we want to position ourselves as a reduced option? Do we have a reduced option? Can we create one? How do we want the message to say, am I still interested in it? Start creating the videos and to go along with all of these ads. Create the pages that these ads are going to, the videos are going to be going on, and then create all of the lead page, the lead magnets. Once those lead magnets are completed, now you should have everything except for the advertisements done. Once you're at that point now, create the ads and then move on to creating the basically the scaling mechanism. Because at this point, everything that we have on this screen right here is done, is completed for your VPC method to be workable, for it to be obtained, for it to be in a position for you to bring in cold blood, new blood, people who do not know you, to actually trust and build more sales inside of your business. So this should be something that I know that when I had this epiphany and we were going through this process and we were like, okay, how can we change this up? I mean, I got excited like nobody's business. I'm talking about I couldn't sleep. You know what I mean? I was so excited about getting this thing launched. And you can see that just by launching it right out the gate, getting leads at sub $1.50 right now to a cold market, and then bringing them through this process here. I'm excited to share the results with you over the next few weeks as this campaign develops and as we make the tweaks necessary. But right now, I really suggest, and of course, there's no homework that I'm going to check. I'm not going to follow up with it and say, hey, did you get this done? But I am eager to hear from you as to how these results are coming in. If you need any help with creating the follow-up, if you need any help with structuring the video, creating the audiences, putting everything together and making sure that it works, or maybe it's the offer, maybe it's coming up with lead magnet ideas or creating the ad itself, whatever help that you need with this process, reach out anytime, because what we want you to do is make sure that you are set up for success. And this formula right here, I guarantee will bring you a lot more money. Now we have to, again, think about the backups, right? We got to have, well, what happens next? Meaning if this is our one offer, or these are our 2 or 3 offers, do we have multiple offers that we can come at if this doesn't work? Do we have different angles, different messages, right? So as you create this, once this is done, you are not done. Once this is complete, your next step is to go and create the variations that are necessary so that if 1 or 2 or 3 of these things bomb, you're not sitting there twiddling your thumbs wondering, what do I do next? You already have a backup plan, which takes the pressure off this thing having to work 100% of the time. Okay. So once you have all this information together, launch those bad boys. Okay. And I will give you a tip that I came across from somebody who I trust and admire inside the Facebook marketing world. And what they were mentioning was that Monday through Thursday, again, this always is going to change, but from what right now, as of today, okay, from what I hear is that Monday through Thursday in the latest time zone of your demographic at 7 a.m. So meaning if you're selling in the US, then you would start it at 7 a.m. You would launch it at 7 a.m. Monday through Thursday, Eastern time. If you lived in the UK, it would be the farthest or the most Eastern time zone, right? The latest time zone in that region that you would set it for at 7 a.m. Okay. And the reason why is because it'll allow you a full 14. Oh, hate when those creep up on you, huh? Excuse me. And the reason why is because it's going to give you a full, if you look at it the way that we show you, it's about 36 hours in. If you wait 36 hours after that campaign's launched, it'll give you a full day cycle so that you know no matter what part of the country you're in, the ad's been served for a full day. And that's why we want to stick with the 36 hours. You can go back now and see after those 36 hours, which one of the landing page ads, which one of the, the ads for the lead magnets, which one isn't converting. And you could then tweak that accordingly. So to look back here, just to give you a nice little example before we hop off again, you could see that here, I actually killed off some of these a little bit late. I could have killed these off a little bit earlier. This one was, look, 4 days in for it. So 4 days, this was after 4 days. And look, 2 leads, 3 leads. So this one was okay. I think I left this one on just because I was so close to hitting my mark. I was like, let me just see if it pulls down on its own. And it didn't. These 2, though, I could have cut off probably $20 earlier. So I could have saved myself about 40 bucks, right? Because I could have cut this off at 20 and cut this off at 20 and been like, look, this is way too much of a cost per lead. It's not going to hit my mark. Never going to be able to get this money down, or this cost per lead down. So I could have done and saved myself like 40 bucks on this case. So just think about that. Really monitor your ads and make that decision. If you're unsure about what to do, know your magic marker, right? Your magic metric is going to be your KPI, key performing indicator. Your key performing indicator in this case is the cost per lead. That's the number 1 key performing indicator. If your cost per lead is above your special number, you kill it. If you're unsure, but it's above your number, you kill it. I'll say that again because it's very important. If you are unsure, but that number per lead, that cost per result is above your magic number, you kill it, okay? Good. I'm glad we got that out the way. So that's where your focus, I really want to see. If you have any questions, let me know. I really am excited about sharing this with you. A little pivot in the VPC method, but I know that you're going to take this, run with it, and get some incredible results. So that's it for today. If you have, if you have any questions, make sure to reach out in the group, send us an email, or give us a call at the office. And the other part is that next Thursday, a week from tomorrow, we have our Do Whatever It Takes members call. And I just want to make sure that you guys are aware that we're going to go into some pretty cool things. It's going to go into a couple of new launches that we've done with other companies and clients, and what we're doing right now with our cold market outreach that has nothing to do with Facebook marketing, okay? Or actually any paid advertising at all. So I'm excited to share those strategies with you too. In the meantime, let's get to work, kick some ass, and I will see you guys a week from tomorrow on the next members call. Y'all take care.